we go.
You got me crying. Seriously.
I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
I better have a sip of this.
Cheers. You've got wine. I've got a cup of tea.
Cheers. And these are the glasses.
Oh, they're beautiful.
Oh, honey, that was just beautiful.
Thank you.
Look at Cherise.
She's my neighborhood neighbor. I just found out.
That's incredible.
I know. Well, my lovely friend, you have an introduction. So here we go. We're having a party. A little bit of Rod Stewart. Because, well, that's what we do, right, Karla? We used to put on parties. Pre-pandemic.
We're trying to.
We're having a party. My guest today is a Chicago native and left a budding career there and headed to the bright lights of Tinseltown. She has shared the stage with top performers like Sammy Davis Jr., Henry Mancini, Milton Berle, and Gregory Hines, to name a few. She's also sung America the Beautiful for George W. Bush and Meg Liliani after 9/11. As an entertainment producer and owner of Karla Ross Productions, Karla has executed shows for many, many stars. She's also an MC and a speaker, and during the pandemic, she pivoted to doing drive-in and drive-through events for major shopping centers in Seattle, Las Vegas, and LA. Karla produces fabulous live music and unique specialty entertainment for the best events in Southern California and beyond. And I am thrilled that she is here today. Please welcome the fabulous Miss Karla Ross.
Yay! We're going to start with this.
Oh! Oh, I love that. Did I just get gonged?
You got gonged. God, it's filled with peace and love and hope, and it resonates through your body and gives you tranquility.
Oh, I love that. Not the Gong Show.
No, not that.
I do love that show, though, I have to say.
It was fun, but that means, I forget, because my friend Angela Carroll Brown painted it on our gong. It's an authentic gong, and I think, oh gosh, now I forgot what it means. We use this on Lunar New Year. I think it's I forgot. I want to say love or harmony. I know there's harmony. Anyway, the glasses say harmony too.
Harmony, tranquility. Well, just drink to all of that.
You know, all this good stuff. We need it now.
I know, right? And so
yes.
Karla, everybody, has 6 gorgeous glasses that she's going to give away today. So you have to listen, because during our conversation, you will hear the answers. They're gorgeous. What do they say on them?
It says harmony. And then I had these made a long time ago, and I have like 100 left still. And I need to get rid of them, please. So help me.
Oh,
but it says harmony, and that's a symbol for harmony. But then it does have the logo of the company on it.
That's the reason why you're getting them, because you're trying to get rid of them, folks.
Sorry.
And I thought you were just, giving us a lovely giveaway.
Old.
Oh, well, my goodness, Karla, your career has been incredible. I mean, so you grew up in Chicago, and how did you get into this business? And tell us about, because you did something pretty exciting in Chicago with the Playboy Club.
It was a lot of fun. I started when I was a little girl, and I started playing guitar, and hence all the guitars in the back. I've cut off my nails in COVID, so I'm playing a little again. Terrible. Oh. But I started playing Monkees songs, things like that. This is a long time ago, and
like the Monkees, like
yeah,
hey, we're the Monkees. Yeah.
Yep. And the first song I learned was "Take the Last Train to Clarksville, and I'll meet you." And then I loved Rolling Stones and played "Goodbye Ruby Tuesday," and I would play those. And then I entered my first talent show when I was in, I think, 5th or 6th grade, and my teeth stuck to my lips. I don't know if it's an old thing,
I hate that.
You're supposed to put Vaseline, but no one told me, and I was like this. It was awful.
I think we've all been there.
And I came in last place. Last place. I was, and my daddy, who is still with us at 96 years old, who's amazing.
Who's a veteran, right?
Yes. And he was don't worry, but stop doing this, because I was doing this. He goes, stop doing that all the time. So I went, okay. And then the rest is history. And I kept auditioning and doing things and coming in last and last. And then once high school kicked in and I was in the chorus, not the prestigious choir, I really wanted it badly. So I went to Northwestern University in Chicago for their summer cherub program, and thought I was really doing great until I heard all these amazing singers from all over the world that were my age that had come to Northwestern University, because all the colleges used to have these summer programs.
Yeah.
And
that's a great college.
It was amazing. And I learned about theater, and I learned about music, and I learned about voice lessons, and I started studying, and that's when everything changed.
Wow. You know, so many of my guests have been to Northwestern. It's really quite interesting.
It's an amazing place. It definitely changed my life. So the thing is, I did not have God-given born with talent. It was something I had to develop, and it's always been a struggle for me, but really? I had to work harder. Yeah. So
for singing, for you, it came naturally, but you had to have singing lessons to really develop it?
I don't think it came naturally. I really don't, you know, and it's always been, you know, I think for all performers, for everyone who's on stage, we have those insecurities about what we do and about our talent.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I've always had that, but you know.
Funny. But then it makes you work harder, doesn't it?
Oh, yes. Very hard. It took me many years to learn what I could do well. And I've talked about this before. I wanted to sing Motown. I wanted to sing Aretha Franklin songs. I wanted to sing jazz. And that's not what I was good at. But it took me so many years to realize that, you know, musical theater was what I was good at, but yet I never really pursued that.
So that's interesting. Oh, did you dance as well? Or
no.
Yeah, well, musical theater, you're going to have to do all three. Yeah.
Yes. But Patti LuPone never had to really dance, you know.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
But I didn't know that. And I studied dance with my dear friend, Annette Cardona, she was a star in the movie Grease. She tried so hard.
Yes.
You know her?
No, but I've worked with Barry Pearl, who has been a guest on my show, and he's mentioned Annette. Yes.
Annette, we lost Annette sadly a few years ago. And she tried so hard to teach me how to dance. And she just would say, she would throw her hands up in the air, and I was just a klutz. It was really hysterical. Oh, I get that from my dad.
You do. We do have to give a special shout out to your dad today, because he is a veteran, and it's a very special day for our veterans. And that's amazing. He's 96.
He's incredible, and he lives with me. I have a guest house, and he lives in the back house by himself. And he's a World War II veteran. World War II.
That is amazing, Karla. God bless. We'll do a little cheers to your dad and to all the veterans out there today. And if you're in England, they're all wearing their little poppies. It's called Poppy Day in England today.
Oh, lovely. You know, I've had very dear friends who are from England who that fought in World War II in England also. So when I would go visit them, they would tell me all these great, amazing stories about life in England during World War II. So really fascinating.
Wow, yeah, it was. My mum was a child in World War II, but she would tell me stories of the air raids and, you know, hiding under the basement, and crazy. There's bad living through a pandemic, but it's nothing like having to live through World War II.
You know, it's funny. My dad served in the South Pacific, and right now, I mean, we're glued to the news. We're glued to everything. And he actually feels that what we've been going through in the country right now, he feels that this is even worse between the pandemic and the last election and going on and what's continuing to be going on.
Yeah.
And he says he's never seen anything like this. You know, and I've lived through the Cuban Missile Crisis and the Vietnam War. I'm old. Don't tell anybody.
No, you don't.
But we think about all these things. You know, when my brother was draft age during the Vietnam War, and we knew people who we lost in Vietnam, and he feels this time he's feeling it's worse.
Wow.
It's I don't want to be negative. I don't want
No, but that's so interesting to hear that. Hit the gong, hit the gong. Yeah. No, but to hear that from someone that's been through a war, to say that actually what we're going through is pretty awful. And I actually felt, it was funny. I was driving this morning really early to go to my gym, and I felt like the world has taken a deep breath and exhaled. Just after the election, I just feel like the world has gone,
the rest of the world has. My daughter lives in Manhattan, and she was flying back from LA and landed in the morning on the day that everything was announced. And as she got off the plane and took her Uber back into her neighborhood in Tribeca, there was dance. She got out of the car and she started dancing in the streets with everybody. And she's been sending me videos, and it's beautiful. It's just joyous and glorious. And I was like, thank you for sharing with me. It was great.
Wow, that is lovely. I hope they were wearing their masks. That's what worries me.
They
I
were.
see all of that. I see all the jubilant dancing, and I love that. But I'm just like, wear your masks. We're in a pandemic.
Yeah, in New York, they're really good about it. They're really amazing. And she lived through a very rough thing. She lived through that. The line that they used to say was, well, it's all fun and games until the refrigerator trucks pull up on your street. And here I am getting negative again. But they lived through something rough. So let's talk about happy things.
Well, I know, but that is true life, and that is what we've been experiencing. So God, I'm glad she's okay.
Yeah.
So tell me, okay, I love this. So you were given special permission as an underage performer to perform at the Playboy Club in Chicago, right? Tell me about that.
Oh my gosh. I used to work at this place called the Gaslight Club, which was a private club. And we would have amazing people come in all the time. Frank Sinatra would come in, Dean Martin, Bob Hope, all their managers would come in. I mean, it was Chicago. So, and it was the 70s. So need I say more? But they would go at the end of the night, they would go, Frankie wants you to go to the Four Torches. The Four Torches was owned by all those guys. It was an after hours show club where they would have Joe Williams perform and famous, Les Beneke, these famous big bands and famous people would perform there. Ray Charles. It was really amazing.
Oh God.
So we would all, we were young. I was 19 and we would go to the Four Torches after hours. Of course, it didn't close till 5 or 6 in the morning. And we'd be sitting at these tables with Frank and Dean and all these guys. They didn't know our names. They didn't care. But I had gotten a call. There's a couple stories, but we don't have time for all of them. But I had gotten a call saying, we want to put you into the Playboy clubs for the opening acts. And at that time, there was a Playboy club. I believe there was one in New York. I didn't work at that one. There was Chicago, Lake Geneva, and there used to be one in Century City here that closed years ago. But they were the coolest places because, Playboy was known for loving jazz and loving good music. And they said they want you to do opening acts for the famous comics there, because famous comics would come through there. And they would be, and it was a great place. It was an amazing place and it was an amazing venue. So they sent me over to this vocal coach that coaches your repertoire. And I came in with all these songs. Oh, you get 20 minutes. It's 20 minutes. There's a big band. You come in and you you warm up.
What did you sing?
Well, I came in and I wanted to sing all these Nancy Wilson songs and I wanted to do these Torch songs. And Sammy Sandler was the repertoire coach. And he goes, how old are you? I said, 19. He goes, so you want to sing songs about love and unrequited love and all this horrible, rip my heart out. He goes, look, honey, you're going to come back to me when you've been thrown into the street, when you're drunk on your butt and you're laying in a curb, then come back to me and we'll talk about these songs. But for now, here's the 3 Barry Manilow songs that you can open with. And not to say anything bad about Barry Manilow, because those songs were wonderful and they were perfect for the show. But they were these upbeat, like, hey, something
happy
good
fluffy
is happening.
bunnies. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Glorious Housewife says, I love sad songs. Well, they want them all uplifting, and Barry Manilow is uplifting and fabulous. So, so did that, and I had to stay 10 feet away from the bar because I was underage. And,
oh, wow, just 10 feet. Couldn't you reach?
Yeah. Yeah, no.